Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We are in a situation like which one was first, the egg or the chicken? Why? Are the mercenaries or the volunteers fighting for Ukraine volunteering to fight because they were former military in their country? Or they are military and they are just deployed to Ukraine? So which one is it? Because right now I have two former, I guess, militaries, or at least one army veteran, American, that was killed in Ukraine. And he's an army veteran. And you say, well, of course, because they have the experience to go over there. Or is because these guys are not veterans, or they were veterans reactivated by the military and arrived in Ukraine. Which one is it? Could be both. I don't know. Both. I mean, both could be equally valid. So let me show you two articles. One from Military Times, and the other one from Russia, from Sputnik. An Estonian mercenary was killed, and a U.S. Army veteran was killed. So let's start with the American. Military Times. Army veteran volunteering. They have to say that it was a veteran. That means he's not active in the military. That's the first that you have to know. And from the second word over there, the third one, that he was volunteer, not a mercenary, nothing like that. So from the very beginning, they absolved these guys. And maybe it's true. I don't know. I'm just pointing out how immediate. Why didn't they say American fighting in Ukraine? Because you say, oh, American fighting in Ukraine. Was he a volunteer? Was you And they're not saying that to inform us. All of a sudden they're so careful and care for us to inform us. I don't think so. Anyway, after you've been lied so many times, you don't believe anything. Anyway, Army veteran volunteer until you verify it real good. Army veteran volunteering in Ukraine reportedly killed during raid. This is the unfortunate. Former U.S. Army infantryman Dalton J. Medlin was reportedly killed on September 27th during a reconnaissance mission while serving as a volunteer fighter in Ukraine. Though Medlin's death has yet to be confirmed by the U.S. State Department, fellow Army veteran Ryan O'Leary, who served alongside Medlin in Ukraine as part of all-volunteer chosen company. Again, when they have to overemphasize certain things, it makes you wonder. It makes me wonder. Okay, maybe not you, but it makes me. All-volunteer chosen company announced the death of his friend. Task and purpose was first to report Medlin's death. Medlin, who used to use the call sign Gimli, first joined chosen company at the beginning of the year, O'Leary wrote. He was brave, fearless, dedicated, and always placed his brothers first. He said he excelled as a grenadier and at soldiering in general. He stayed laser focused both in and out of combat. His smile was contagious. You know what? And you died for what? You thought maybe this guy, maybe he thought, obviously, he thought that maybe he thought he died for something noble, I think. And then maybe he doesn't, maybe, I don't want to take a poop on his sacrifice, because he died probably believing in something greater than himself. And I think he is screwed, or he was screwed, as 55,000 young American boys were screwed in Vietnam on a lie by those guys. And they thought they fought for something, and actually they fought for something else. Anyway, my friends, it bothers me when I see these kind of things, because you see, according to O'Leary, this guy was a funny, positive guy, whatever. He was killing people over there, obviously, but the thing is, for what? For these guys too, for their interest. It bothers me. Anyway, this is what with this guy. It says, we are aware of unconfirmed reports of the death of the U.S. citizen in Donetsk. And he says that Medlin, who served in the army between 2017 and 2021, and then in 2022 he showed up in or whenever he showed up in Ukraine. I don't know if he showed up in 2022 or 2023. Was the recipient of the Army Commendation Medal, 3 Army Achievement Medals, an Army Good Conduct Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, a Korean Defense Service Medal, and an Army Service Ribbon, according to Army spokes Bryce Doobie. I mean, Doobie. Good soldier. Anyway, what happened? He was, 4 years in the army, so many medals and achievements, and he got die in Ukraine for these idiots. What the hell, man. Let's go back to the other one. Look at this guy, poor guy here. Sputnik, another Estonian mercenary, dies in Ukraine. This comes from Sputnik, so obviously there's our mercenaries. Oh man, why didn't you stay home, man? All right. The Russian Defense Ministry earlier stated that thousands of foreign mercenaries in Ukraine are used as cannon fodder by the Zelensky regime. An Estonian mercenary, they call it, has died in eastern Ukraine as a result of a Russian drone strike. An Estonian newspaper quoted several unnamed sources as saying. The sources claim that Tanel Krigul, who had the call sign Stinger, was killed near the Kiev-controlled town of Liman in the Donetsk region late last week. According to the newspaper, Krigul became the second Estonian national to die in Ukraine while fighting for the Ukrainian armed forces. Okay, but he was a mercenary. How he was a mercenary if he was fighting for Ukrainian armed forces? If you fight for Ukrainian armed forces, you're not a mercenary. I don't know. It depends how you're hired, I guess. The media outlet previously reported that former Estonian Defense Forces officer Ivo Jurak of the Ukrainian International Legion was killed near the city of Artemovsk, Bakhmut, as a result of Russian artillery shelling. And I see another former. Which one is first, the egg or the chicken? Is former and then deployed, or he doesn't have anything else to do but go over there and employ his skills to for, how should I put it? I'll be nice. For some ideals. In late July, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that the foreign mercenaries suffer significant losses. Okay. Now, it doesn't say here. I'm not going to go over that. So that's an Estonian, and then is a U.S. veteran. I don't know. No, that's fine. I was about to say something, and I'm not going to say that unless I'm cornered. I have a few aces in my sleeve. When the time comes, and the time will come one day, I'll be cornered by some individuals. And when I'll be cornered, you're going to find a lot of things about me, from me, that will cut their bridges, their attack bridges from the very beginning. I was about to say one now. But anyway, I will say it when they will attack me. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.